So this is a polished plaster, burnished. You can see the marble effect. Mr. Carl is going to show us how to do this today.
Good morning. Today we're going to show you how to apply authentic Italian limestone plaster from start to finish. And the first thing we're going to do is start off with a primed sample, and this primed sample has aggregate in it because the product we're going to use also has very, very tiny marble sand in it for polishing purposes. So let's get down to it right now. And I've got a bucket of material that I've already have colored, and I'm putting these gloves on because the colorant will stain your hands if you don't wash them quickly. And I have a tray for applying the material, and I'm going to dig it out. See, it's like sheetrock mud, consistency about the same as sheetrock mud. And the trowel I'm going to use is not normal what you'd see for sheetrock application. This is a trowel, comes from Europe. They use these trowels for applying the product and polishing the product. So what we're going to do, we're going to start in one area, and then I'm going to cover the whole piece with the plaster, and then we're going to let it dry. It takes a couple of hours to dry this stuff. Main thing about this particular product, this product comes from Italy. It is manufactured in Italy. Family-owned quarry, been in the business for about 400 years. And this product is a product that was perfected by the Romans 2,000 years ago, and they haven't changed the production quality, how they make it, for 2,000 years. See, I'm getting rid of all of the high edges. Wet to dry is the proper way to apply this product. The ridges will go away as it dries. You go back and pull them out. But what you see in your first application is the basic movement that you'll see after the second application and polishing.
So it's basically like skimming a wall with sheetrock mud.
Pretty much, yeah. This doesn't dry as, actually dries slower than sheetrock mud. But once you've got it on your area, you just go back, circular motions, working from one area down. Just going back through. Because this primer is as thick and as gritty, we will probably, for this sample, probably need a third coat because the material I used has a lot of aggregate in it. for rock and roll, Jason.
All right.
Okay. So we're taped, ready to do a second application. Same as before. Always take a little bit, start at the top, work your way. Now sometimes when you're working with this product and any plaster product, you may have a problem with color floating in your mix because sometimes you don't get the color mixed in completely. And it shouldn't be much of a problem. If you notice that, you need to stop what you're doing. Put your product back into the bucket and mix it some more. It'll save you a lot of heartache later.
Can you add water to this?
You shouldn't have to add any liquid to this at all.
Okay.
As it comes out of the bucket is how you use it. Comes right out of the bucket. The manufacturer literally takes the side of a limestone mountain and crushes it in small pieces, about pea size, and then they put it in an oven for about 3 or 4 days, and they cook it about 1100 degrees, and end up with pure calcium, because the product of the limestone is calcium carbonate chemically, and when you crush it and cook all the carbon out, what you have is calcium. And calcium then goes into some clay vats that they buried in the ground for about 2-3 years, and when it's complete, they open it up and they remove the cream, which is called Velcalce, out. Then they have this product, this stuff right here, without the color, of course. So here we are with our product, and I'm just going back and getting some ridges out. Now, while this is going to dry, you may be able to see it dry, but I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes until you can start seeing the dry, wet areas distinctively, and then we're gonna start burnishing it. Yeah, we're just putting some heat in some areas. I'm doing circle motions so that I don't get one area drier than another. Because you can see there's some dry areas coming, which is what we want. We want to see half and half. The applicators in Europe have a name for this half dry, half wet procedure, and it is called, they call it, when the plaster is half dry, half wet, they call that in-low.
Oh.
In-low, yeah. Half and half, half dry, half wet. And then this is the time to go in and burnish your piece.
And it really changes color, seriously.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I mean it's this dark and then it dries to this color after you burnish it.
And burnishing is like polishing.
Polishing it, yeah. It's polishing it with not with a rag or a sponge or anything of that nature. It's polishing it with a hard edge, straight edge.
Okay.
This is and now when it's in this condition, you always have to check the edge of your trowel, whether it's this kind of trowel or a trowel that you apply sheetrock mud with. You will maybe get a little residue, a little bit of the product, and you need to make sure you wipe that off as you go. Otherwise, it'll really not make your project look well.
It'll dig into it.
Will, yes.
Yeah, I got it. That makes sense.
So just gently, just start by dragging your product. Look and see if it's too dry, if it's too wet, you will see product build up on the edge. Okay.
Okay.
And I just go at an angle, like almost in a perpendicular motion, edge to edge. Start with at an edge and then go up. Same with on a taped side.
And you're sort of going over each line in two directions.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able. What you're doing is you're using the edge to bring the moisture that is in here up to the surface.
Okay.
As long as you have the moisture that's up there, then you can polish this, and it'll stay darker than the parts that are underneath that are not on the same plane. Because this trowel is only going to get the upper portion. If you have any areas that are underneath that line, it's not going to polish it. It'll polish the area around it.
Right. How much pressure are you putting on it for this burnishing process?
Just enough of half a pound.
Okay.
Not a whole lot. All you want to do is drag your trowel and try to do it where the surface is got a support underneath it. And you should be able to see the polish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's starting to come
You
out.
see it, yeah. And the more you do, now sometimes it depends on the applicator. Some applicators will spend extra time burnishing and getting it as polished as it can get. And then if for instance, like we did on this sample, we added wax to this and burnished and polished the wax. When we add wax to this is to bring out the sheen, a lot more sheen, but it also affects the darkness and the color of.
Show me just real quick. I think that might be good for people to see because I've never done this in my entire life.
Okay.
So
It's just a matter of holding at an angle and just pressing.
okay.
And putting more pressure on the back side, just a little more than on the front side.
And you do that. Where do you start it? Or?
Doesn't matter. You can
Okay.
go that way, you can go this way.
Okay.
You can use both edges. That speeds the process, and you're not going to hurt it. So you can work the trowel, try to go heavier, try to go lighter, just to kind of get a feel for it. It doesn't take that long to get the procedure down or the technique as far as polishing it, because the polishing technique, the application technique is pretty much the same.
Yeah, I can kind of see how it's making. I see how it's like mashing it flat,
Mhm.
real flat
It
and
is,
smooth.
yes. A lot of manufacturers of different types of products. This product is absolute pure.
I see I
100%.
dug in right there with the back corner
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
fine. That won't be a you know.
So you have to be careful not to rock it too
Right,
hard, or
yeah.
you'll
Dig it
drag
out,
the back end across it. Okay, got it. I like that.
And sometimes this product is not extremely forgiving.
Right.
But it's more forgiving than sheetrock mud or anything else you can get on the market. More forgiving than products that have more plastic, more acrylics in it than this is. All natural, and this stuff is so good that mold and mildew won't grow on it. And once it's on and once it's cured, it takes this sample will take about 90 days to cure.
Right.
And how it cures is really remarkable, because now at this stage it is now starting to absorb carbon out of the air. So when you this product is applied and cured, it resorts back to its original state of calcium carbonate.
When it was in the
limestone.
mines.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
cool.
literally liquid limestone that you're putting on here, and this is the best product I've ever used. I'm not trying to hawk a product. I found a product that I like. I don't use anything else. I don't use any manufactured in this country. I don't use any other product to do polished plaster except this product from Italy. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And this stuff has been being used for over 2,000 years, and they're still doing it the same way they did it 2,000 years ago. So I think we should learn from them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Same.
Okay.
2,000 years is plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah, I think they got it together there. And the only thing that they've changed in that whole period of time is the amount and the size of the aggregate that they put in the product. When it comes out of the vat, it's called Grisello. When they add really fine marble sand to it, it's Marmarino. And then they have grades of Marmarino, and then it gets heavier aggregate. They call that Travertino, and it goes from there. But it's basically the same product, and you can put it inside your house. You can put it outside.
Is this the same as travertine tile, or is that different?
The travertine tile is limestone.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
but
just got heavy aggregate,
yeah,
big aggregate.
It's got basically a lot of holes, a lot of missing areas in that particular marble. And when they quarry it, they take those slabs and then they make a paste out of the powder when they cut it, and they mix a paste, and then they trowel that on, and that's what you see. These lighter colors is all of. If you turn the piece over, you see all the voids. They have been filled with basically this stuff.
And this is Marmarino.
This is Marmarino, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because it's got very fine. You can here. Just take your finger and do it together. Feel it together here, and you can feel the aggregate in it.
Oh yeah.
See?
It's kind of gritty, like sand.
Yeah, and the primer that we use for the first sample, and the primer that I have on this sample, two different primers. This primer has very, very small marble sand in it, and it's round. I mean, it's round for a reason, because it'll catch the plaster and hold it on the first coat. In the second coat, the plaster itself will grab a hold, and that's why you have this nice smooth surface.
And when you buy this, the Marmarino base, I guess, you add your own color to it.
It can be colored. You can color it any color you want.
Do you have an example of what colors it?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact,
That would be interesting.
I can
to see.
give you. Yeah, I got it pretty close. Yeah. This is black, blue, every color that you need to be able to mix any color in a paint chart, color chart. These colors are all mineral based, and they're complementary to the limestone plaster. I would not use universal colorants that you use in paints. Mineral based is what you want to use. They hold their color longer, especially if if you're doing something outside. But these colors they keep their color longer.
And just for sort of reference, how much is the coloring and how much is that if they were to use this particular product for? I see you got a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, and
right there.
This I use probably one whole container of black to get this bucket to get this dark.
Like
When
a
it
gray
started-
color.
Yeah, it started off white.
Okay.
Okay, and the color was almost this whole bottle in order to tint it. But if you've never used it before, you've got to go slow. Put a small amount of colorant, mix it, and then add it till you get the desired depth of color. The color that I use to get this, 1 second here.
How do you mix it? Do you mix it with a drill and a paddle bits?
Yeah, you need to have what they call an egg beater.
Okay.
A pretty good size 5-inch diameter in order to get all of this, because it's pretty heavy.
Right.
And if I paid my distributor in Florida, who gets this stuff from Italy, if I paid them to mix up a bucket to get it to whatever depth I needed it, it's going to cost me minimum $75 just for the labor to mix it up, mix all the color up. And they have a color machine. They can get you every color you want. They'll put it in a container, put it in your mix if you want them to do it that way, and then they'll send it to you, and you can spend that hour and a half or whatever long it takes
Right.
to do that
To
that
spin
mixing.
it. So I think the goal, or my goal for these videos is, of course, to teach people, but make it so that they can do this professionally.
Mhm.
That's what I would like for people
Yeah.
to get out of this.
Now, one thing we could say concerning that is my background. I have certifications from the manufacturer in Europe to apply the product. I'm certified in advanced application techniques, and I'm also certified to teach by the manufacturer.
And they won't just sell it to anybody, will they?
No, they won't sell it to just anybody. That if you have no idea, if you just call up and say, I want to buy some of that stuff, and you know nothing, I would advise you. They in Florida, in West Palm Beach, they give classes. They're 3-day classes. They teach you the basics of what you need to know, give you a really good background. But this stuff is a pretty good moneymaker. Depending on where you live. If you lived in New York, you could probably get $12 to $15 a square foot for this stuff. Live in California, you'd probably get more. Down here in South Mississippi, top of the line, the best price you're going to get is probably 10 to 12 bucks a foot. That should include all your labor and all your product, cost of all. Shipping should always be added because the shipping is kind of outrageous right now.
Yeah, coming from Italy, I can imagine.
And you're dealing with a lot lot, so everything that you buy for this stuff is weighty.
Yeah.
So that's
That makes sense.
what you have to look for. But
So
I hope you got something out of this. I hope you. Not saying that we'll do another session. So maybe next time we do this, we'll actually put your let you do all the applying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
Make it work out.
I think it went really, really good.
Yeah. Okay.
I got one last question.
Sure.
What's this?
Oh, okay. This is a stencil, and at the last stage, before we put the last coat on, I would have taken a stencil, put it wherever I wanted it, and then made sure it's stuck, and then take a little bit of the plaster and fill in all the voids. You don't have to fill all the voids. You can make it look, off if you want. It's up to you. But then pull it off and let it dry. You just let it dry completely. When that is dry, then cover it up completely. And then when you burnish it like we did here, this design will come out of it.
And you burnish this or leave this and burnish everything else.
And
So this is
I cover the whole thing. I
So-
cover this second coat, and then I burnish it, and then this is what comes out.
That's awesome. It's almost like a signature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it. Well, Mr. Carl, I really appreciate it. I think people will get something out of this, and I'm excited for my next lesson.
There you go. Good deal. Well, we look forward to see you next time.
Yep.